In this video, we will learn how to find distance between 2 points. We will look at the formula and we will look at some examples. So given any 2 points, A and B, with these coordinates, x1, y1, x2, y2, we want to be able to find the distance between them. So basically, we want to find this length. And that length is given by this nice formula, square root of x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. So it's very easy to apply. We just plug in these values, x1, y1, x2, y2 in the formula. Next, we will look at how we can actually do that. And we will learn how to derive this formula at the end of this video. So let's look at this example. We are given the points 2, 1, and 8, 5. Let's first plot them on the graph just to see how they look like. The point 2, 1 is over here, and the point 8, 5 is over here. So we are looking at the distance between these 2 points. We can call them A and B. And this is the distance, this is the length we are trying to figure out. For that, we can quickly apply this formula. So we can call the first pair to be x1, y1, and the second pair to be x2, y2. So basically, x1 is 2, y1 is 1, x2 is 8, y2 is 5. Now we are ready to apply the formula. The formula says square root of x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. This is the format. So now we want to replace x2 with the value we are given. x2 we are given is 8. So we have 8 here. Minus x1 is 2. So we have 2 here. y2 is 5. And y1 is 1. So we have 5 minus 1. And this is 8. So the rest is just simplifying this to a nice number. 8 minus 2 is 6. So we have 6 square here. Plus 5 minus 1 is 4. We have 4 square over here. So this will give us 6 square is 36 plus 4 square is 16. That means we get square root of 52 because 36 plus 16 is 52. So basically, this is the distance between these 2 points, A and B, given here. Now from here, we can use our calculator if we want to get the value in decimal form, or we can try to simplify this little further. So 52 is 4 times 13. But the square root of 4 is 2. So we can take 2 out from 4. Then we are left with 13 over here. And if you like this in decimal form, we can use our calculator. So using our calculator, we get 7.21 rounded to 2 decimal places. That distance is, so this length is 2 square root of 13, which is approximately 7.21 units. Now here is the next example. We are given the points negative 5, 1, which is right here. So let's call that point A. And we are given 8, 5, which is right here. So let's call that point B. And here we want to try to find the distance between these 2 points, which will be this length. The distance between A and B. So again, we can try to use this formula. So in this case, we can call this negative 5 to be x1 and 1 to be y1. And we can call these 2 values to be x2, y2. So now we are ready to apply the formula. So using this formula, we have the format square root of a quantity squared, this part is squared, plus another quantity squared. So in the first parenthesis, we have x2 minus x1. x2 is 8 minus x1 is -5. So we have 8 minus -5 squared plus, in the next parenthesis, we have y2 minus y1. 5 minus 1 squared. So this is the distance between A and B. Now the rest is just simplifying this. So 8 minus -5 is like 8 plus 5, which becomes 13. We still have that square, plus 5 minus 1 is 4. We have 4 square here. So let's quickly try to simplify this. 13 squared is 169, plus 4 squared is 16. And these two add to square root of 185. So this is the distance, square root of 185. Again, we can try to simplify this further or use our calculator if we want to. Now let's look at the next example. We want to find distance between -2,1 and -8,5. -2,1 is this point right here. Let's call that A. -8, -5 would be a point somewhere over here. Let's call that B. So we are trying to find the distance between these 2 points. So again, we want to try to apply this formula. So we can call these two values x1, y1, and we can call these two values x2, y2. So the distance D is square root of x2 minus x1 squared. We will put that here, plus y2 minus y1 squared. We will put that here. x2 is -8. We have that here, minus, because we have minus. x1 is -2. We will put that here. Plus y2 is -5 minus y1 is 1. So we have this over here. So this is basically the setup. We can try to simplify this a little further to get the value. -8 minus -2 is like -8 plus 2, which will be -6. We still have that squared, plus -5 minus 1 is -6 again, squared. So we have -6 squared, which is 36, plus 36 over here, square root. So this is square root of 72. And 72, we can write that as 3 squared times 3 squared times 2. So from 2 squared, we can take 2 out. From 3 squared, we can take 3 out, and we are left with 2 inside the square root. So this becomes 6 square root of 2. So this is the distance, 6 square root of 2. And again, we can use our calculator if we want to get it in the decimal form. Now let's try to derive the formula that we used. We draw a horizontal line parallel to the x-axis from A and a vertical line parallel to the y-axis from B, so that we have a right angle right here. We can connect these two points to form a right angle triangle. Now let's talk about the sides of this triangle. I can call this point C. So the side BC here, if you look at the y coordinate over here at B, this value is X, this value is Y2. And if you look at the y coordinate at A, the value here will be Y1. So this length BC is exactly same as that length. That means it should be Y2 minus Y1. We can use the same idea to find the length AC. So if you look at B again, this value on the y-axis will be X2. And if you look at A here, this value on the x-axis will be X1. That means this length will be X2 minus X1, which means AC is X2 minus X1. But this is a right angle triangle. And we are interested in finding this part, which is the hypotenuse of this right angle triangle. So we can use the Pythagorean theorem. So using that, we have D squared, that length, equals AC squared plus BC squared. Since we want to find D, we can take the square root of both sides. So D will be AC squared plus BC squared. And we know what AC is. AC is X2 minus X1. And BC is Y2 minus Y1. So this is the formula we have. D is X2 minus X1 squared plus Y2 minus Y1 squared, which is exactly the distance formula that we used. I hope the video was helpful. Thank you for watching.